Hi everybody, it's Kaylee here, and I hope you're all having a great day wherever you are. So today I'm just going to give you all a little update on where I've been and what I've been doing, which there's really not much to. Basically, I've moved from my apartment and I'm now, I moved back with my family, so I don't really have as much free time, or not so much free time. I don't have as much privacy to film anymore. And so that's why it's been kind of taking me a while to get back into it. But also my car, so that was out of focus. But also my car wasn't working, and so I couldn't really go outside to film because it would be way too hot to do that. So I just took a break. I should have updated you guys sooner because it's been months since I've uploaded a video. But yeah, that's basically what happened. I do actually have some videos, a good bit of videos that I haven't even put up yet, that I might just be putting up within the next few days or weeks, because it's a lot of videos, and some of the videos are a little bit outdated because it's stuff that I've been listening to or that I've listened to a while ago. But I still want to put those videos up because it's a good amount of videos that I recorded beforehand. But what really brought me back to just make a video is because one of my favorite artists, Mac Miller, died on Friday, September 7th, and it really caught me by surprise, and it really threw me off this past weekend, which is today is Tuesday, but it really did throw me off because he was 26 years old. His album had just dropped in August 3rd, and he was going on tour in October. So his death was very untimely because it's just we just missed out, on that piece of him. And not saying that it's good or whatever, but I feel like since him and Ariana broke up, I think that him coming out with an album would have been a good ploy to get him back out there like he should have been. Even though I feel like he's great without her, music wise, or even as a person. But his death, it just really saddened me because I really did like him. I don't listen to many rappers, but he's one of the ones who I listen to. I've been listening to him since 2013. So I'm not just a bandwagoner Mac Miller fan because he died, which I think is horrible. Because it seems like I'm hearing people talk about him that never talked about him before, or all these friends that he had that I didn't even know he had who are actually hot right now. And then all of a sudden when Mac Miller dies, you have something to say. Not trying to be mean, but that's just how it goes. That's just how it is. People appreciate you or want to give you a credit after you die, and Mac was too talented of an artist, too young to not be appreciated for his craft. And I've been saying the rap culture didn't deserve Mac Miller because he was one of the good ones. He may have been a white rapper, which some people don't like or think is corny, but he was actually good. There's a lot of these black rappers around who I wouldn't even click on a song to listen to, but Mac Miller, who Mac Miller is better than, but I guess because they're black they get accepted into the rap business, or because I don't know, it's just something how stuff works out. But I just wanted to come in and just say how I felt about Mac Miller. Rest in peace to him. It's so sad, and it's just he just had a great craft. It is sad that we won't be able to see what else he had in store because he has evolved. And the thing is, okay, he died on Friday. I had a temp job, and my last day for that temp job was on the Friday before he died. And I was starting to listen to his album Swimming. I want to say Swimming Pool. Swimming. I was starting to listen to it, but it was my last day at work, and I wanted something upbeat, something that I knew the lyrics to, so that work would go by faster. And I listened to his first 2 songs. And it's now that he's passed, I don't even know if I can listen to it. I'm going to eventually, but it's just so eerie to listen to it. And it's just just to know that that's where his story ended, music-wise. It's just so sad, it's just terrible. And, with that being said, it's just a reminder, if you have friends, tell them you love them. If you think they seem lonely or depressed, which Mac had issues with depression and drug use to cope, if you sit there like that, just spend some extra time with them. Don't think so much about yourself or getting your bag and stuff. and spend money. I mean, spend time with them. You know, I've seen at least two people, and I don't want to name them because I don't want to put them on blast like I didn't feel sorry for them or like they're to blame or that they should have reached out. But saw two people who I follow who basically had plans with him. One person was like, oh, I started to come over that night, but I didn't. And one person was like, oh, we were supposed to meet up for this. And I don't know. It's just like, I just feel like you should just check up on your friends when, you know, especially if they do drugs, you know. Like Mac, that's one thing I do like about him. He wasn't shy or like trying to be uppity at the fact that, you know, he had problems with drug abuse and addiction and depression. Like, he mentioned that crap, and that give him mad props for that, because I feel like, especially in the rap game, if you're a rapper, it seems like that stuff is shown like you're weak or you're, you know, the P word if you mention that stuff, or if you're soft in any kind of way. And the fact that he was so open to us about that was just incredible to me. And you know, it's just so sad because he was a talent, and something's gonna be missing in the music world. Something's gonna be missing in my playlist. You know, it's just words can't describe how sad this is, and how, you know, I just wish if somebody had gone over there the night before. Well, they said before he died he was with friends, but I wish if somebody would have stayed longer, or maybe the person who said they started to come over, if they had came over, or if somebody would have called him and said, I love you, man, I miss you. It's like, maybe if that would have happened, maybe he would still be here. Maybe he wouldn't, but maybe he would still be here. You know, it's just like a talent that's just gone. It has so much to offer to the music world, so much to offer to the rap world, and it's just gone, you know. And it's just sad to me. That saddens me whenever I'm listening to an artist and I think, like, this is the last album they came out with, this is their last single, and you just think about all the potential that they had to grow and to evolve and to write new songs and be inspired by new things and new people, and it's just sad. Also, I want to address the Ariana Grande situation. A lot of people are like, Ariana killed Mac. You know, Mac killer for Ariana Grande. And it's just like, y'all, come on now. You know, maybe. Now, I'm not going to be... Okay, I'm a fan of both Ariana Grande and Mac Miller. Let's just put that out there. You know, when I got together, I was a little jealous because I had a crush on Mac because he was so fine to me. I just liked his persona and tattoos, and it was just something about him that I just really liked. But yeah, but I like both of them. But I just kind of feel like when you look at this situation, you can't call Ariana a Mac Miller's killer, because number one, he was doing drugs before she got with him. He was open about doing drugs before they got together. And number two, he could have overdosed and died with her, you know, while he was in a relationship with her. You know, he could have decided one night to do extra, or to, you know, and it could have taken him out when she was still with him. So you can't really say that she drove him to death. But now unfortunately, you never know that, like, maybe if she had handled their situation with a little bit more, I don't want to say it like it's her problem, a little bit more class, have a little bit more grace about it, maybe he would still be here. No, I'm not going to say that. Maybe things wouldn't have been... See, it's so hard because I feel like a lot of this involves speculation, but scratch what I just said. I don't mean it like that. But I'm going to explain myself better. I'm doing a horrible job at explaining this, but okay, so this is what I meant to say. Okay, so it's just like this. I don't blame Ariana for leaving Mac. I don't. Because, like, I've never been in a relationship with somebody who's on drugs, an addict or anything like that. So I can't imagine how hard it is, or how much trouble she went through, or how difficult it was. I'm trying to, like, film and everybody and their grandma are, like, parking near me. But anyway, I can't imagine how tough it is, or how difficult she had it with dealing with him. And, you know, in that little piece that she wrote, it seemed like she kind of voiced that she had gone through a lot, or that, like, she had reached her breaking point with him until she figured out it wouldn't work anymore. I guess maybe there was a point in time when she was, she felt like she supported him enough, but he didn't love her or him enough to stop doing the drugs. I don't know. And drugs isn't about not loving yourself. It's about, sometimes it's for underlying issues. Like they say he had depression issues. That can certainly lead somebody to start using drugs, to cope. So, not saying that, but it just, from what she said, it just sounded like that she tried and she was just tired and that's why she left, which, I don't blame her. Like, who were we to say, oh, you shouldn't have left him? Like, we don't know what she went through. We don't know what was happening between them, and you can't make somebody stay with somebody just because that other person is broken or you're afraid of what they might do. Like, self-preservation is such a thing. You gotta self-preserve yourself, and just, so I don't really blame her for that, for leaving him, but I don't really blame her for nothing. I would just say that the aftermath of her, breaking up with him, getting with Pete Davidson and announcing their engagement, I feel like if she loved Mac enough, and if she knew that he had an issue with like drug use and depression, I just would think that she would be more sensitive to not flaunt a new relationship in front of him like that. Like, I'm not saying that she was one for moving on that fast or for getting engaged to him that fast. Some people move on fast, but I just feel like it's the publicizing it that kind of made me feel bad. It's just like, you're like doing this in front of, for what? Like, you're doing this in front of this guy who you've been with for 2 years. He does drugs. He gets depressed. Why wouldn't you be fragile enough to respect him and just not broadcast it like that yet? And like Mac, which I appreciate him for, he was just like, I'm happy for her. He could have been bitter and tried to be petty, but he was like, no, I'm happy for her. And just his reaction to all of that, just still being happy for her and not like, being rude or like being petty, that just shows that this Ariana killer or Ariana killed Mac stuff would really disappoint him, because I feel like he loved her enough to not bash her or her and Pete Davidson. You know what I mean? Like, he could have, oh, I got receipts, she did this, she did that, he could have blasted her if he wanted to, but it just seemed like that wasn't in his character. So I feel like these people who are like, Ariana killed Mac killed Ariana Grande, they're not doing a service to Mac. Mac is probably looking down like, nah, don't do that. Like, it's, he's probably like, I had my own demons before her and after her. So I feel like that's really bad. And like, also, nobody knows how Ariana feels about this situation. Like, I would be devastated, even with her being with Pete Davidson and engaged and happily in love, supposedly, as they are. I would still be devastated at this, because you spent two years with this person, and you just broke up with them less than half a year ago, less than 6 months ago, and they're dead. Like, for her, if she didn't feel anything, I would kind of question her heart. If she didn't feel sad or anything about his death, I would question, whether she's like a sociopath. But yeah, so, and a lot of people, they're like trying to down her or say something at the fact that she just tweeted a picture of him a day later. Put on Instagram a picture of him a day later. A lot of people are like, that's all you can say? You've been here for 2 years and that's all you can do? You don't say nothing for him? But I'm like, y'all gotta realize, sometimes when people go through a lot of pain and losing somebody, they can't even process it. Maybe a picture is all she could have done. Maybe she was too filled with emotion to just write a paragraph on how she loved him. Like, you can't expect nobody to cope or grieve the way that you would. Like, for me, her posting that picture, she could have not posted a picture at all. She could have not said anything at all, but the fact that she did, that shows good character. And the fact that people are like bashing her because she didn't do it the way that they hope she did, that's very childish. Like, who's to say that she's not breaking down? Who's to say, that her publicist, or whoever, they supposedly, a source put in that she was devastated. And I'm like, I can only imagine. I bet she is, and like, y'all expect for her to pour her heart out. She probably don't even know the words to say. Hell, she might still be in denial that he's died. Like, so, like, people just need to chill with that. Like, while I think that she could have been more caring and more delicate with flaunting her new relationship, like, she's not the cause of Mac's death. And people need to stop, like, acting like she's a criminal, like she's a murderer. Like, she's not. That's, like, so uncalled for. Another thing I hate about this Ariana Grande level is, by mentioning her and all this shit, you're taking away from who Mac Miller was, his music, his legacy, who he was as a person, and you're making it about Ariana Grande. You're making it scandalous, and it doesn't need to be. Let's appreciate Mac Miller and what he did, and him as a musician. Let's not, hide who he was or how great he was by broadcasting what Ariana did or any of that. Like, it's very uncalled for, and it's very childish, and it's very immature. Focus on Mac. Let's talk about Mac and his legacy. Even though he's gone, let's get people listening to his music and, becoming aware that they missed out on something great. Let's do that instead of making this about Ariana Grande. Like if y'all did Aretha Franklin's funeral. #1 trending from Aretha Franklin's funeral, even before Aretha Franklin, was even higher than Aretha Franklin. Oh, I can't talk. Even higher than Aretha Franklin trending was Ariana Grande. You would see Ariana Grande, Aretha Franklin's funeral, or something like that relating to her. And it's just like, y'all put 90% of the story out about Ariana Grande when a legend just died. And y'all so busy talking about Ariana Grande's dress, or Pete Davidson being there, or the pastor groping Ariana. Like, come on. Like, it's not about her. Mac Miller's death is not about her, and it's disrespectful to keep bringing her up on stuff that's not about her. You're taking away from the individual who this actually is about, and I'm tired of that. Let's talk about Mac. I don't want to hear about Ariana Grande. I don't care about Ariana Grande right now in terms of her and Mac Miller's relationship. Like, yeah, I care about her and her sister. I hope that she's not devastated or like having panic attacks or like, coping with this in a bad way. Like, yeah, I care about her welfare and her health, but I don't care about her as if, well, let's see how Ariana Grande feels about this. Let's see what she did to contribute. Like, I don't care about that, and people need to stop. But anyway, I've been on here for like 17 minutes. This is a long video, but I just wanted to stop by and just say rest in peace to Mac Miller. If you haven't, I might do a series on my channel where I'm like dedicating videos to like people who have died and like exposing their music. I might do that. I'm not sure, but if I don't, I'm just gonna say this: if you don't know haven't heard Mac Miller's music, listen to him. Listen to Objects in a Mirror. Listen to Good AM. Listen to The Divine Feminine. Those are the albums of Mac that I've actually listened to, like the whole album. I haven't, his earlier singles, I've heard his singles, but I haven't listened to him as much as I should have. As far as like his whole work, I haven't listened to all of his works, but I've listened to a majority of it, and he's just great. And listen to them in the order in which he made them, because you can see the progression there. So my throat is starting to hurt, so I'm gonna hop off of this. Rest in peace to Mac Miller. We miss you. I loved your music. You will always be great to me. I won't forget your impact in your music. I won't let you dying of an overdose or Ariana Grande foreshadow who you are as an artist and how much of an impact you had on me and how many good feelings I've had by listening to your music. I won't do that. So that's the end of this video. If you like this video, click up the like button, share this video if you want, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.